up, boys and girls? Welcome to another week of Chicken Bone Alley, presented by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs. I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, guys? What's up, girls? How y'all doing?
What's up, girls?
What's up, girls?
What was that?
What it is? Maybe I didn't say that properly. What's up, guys and girls? Whatever you want me to call. Young lady, women, whatever.
Ewans.
You and all urine.
All urine.
Oh, what's up with you, man?
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It's another. It's been a hot and muggy week, is what it is.
Back in the rain again.
Back in the rain.
Yeah, that's all it's been doing the past couple of days here, but that's all right. At least I held off for a decent weekend. Cause we finally were able to go on our offshore fishing trip.
Finally, we were supposed to go in May.
Yeah, when the mahi started school and running, we were supposed to go then, and weather didn't permit for that to happen. Kept on pushing it off, and so finally we were able to go Friday, and man, it was an absolute blast. I love it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
I'm hooked, man. But yeah, we get out there and we were going for trolling fish. We were going for mahi and marlin and wahoo and what have you. But the bite was a little slow and
not for them barracuda.
Yeah, the barracuda bit right to start with.
As soon as we sent the things out there,
yep,
barracuda jumped on it. Two of them actually.
Yep, but my cousin Alan Matthews, one of the captains on the boat, and he knew the bite was going to be slow, so he was prepared for. He took tackle, was prepared for possible bottom fishing if we had to, and on the whole we had to.
And talk about bottom fishing.
Yes, sir. So we get out there. We like I said, we tried to troll for a few hours and didn't get a whole lot there, but so we found us a triggerfish hole, about 130 foot of water, and old Ron, captain of the boat, he put us on them. He put us on the hole. We drifted right over the hole and fishing dead in the bottom. And time as the weight would hit the bottom, they would bite. It was
so funny because he repositioned the boat, and all of a sudden he say, "All right, drop them." As soon as you drop them down,
boom. Yeah, it was a blast. That was that. Those triggerfish are fun. They fight, and a couple times. One time I caught two at a time, and that's a fight right there, buddy. That is a fight. They put up a good fight. So that was a lot. We limited out on them, and then tried a little more trolling after that, like right after lunchtime there, but didn't get a whole lot again. We did see a dolphin. I mean a marlin.
Yeah. And it struck. Yeah,
she struck and on the dinghy bait, I guess it was.
Yes.
And she struck behind the hook, so didn't get hit. That was pretty wild. That was exciting there for a minute. Watching them getting everything prepared to get out there and try to get on a marlin, but looking forward to going back and getting on those fish soon. I am. That's if none of y'all have been offshore fishing, you need to go. You need to find you a good charter, and if you're around this area, First Strike Charters, fantastic group of guys. Like I say, Ron and Alan, they take wonderful care of you. They find the fish. They put you on the fish. They don't. If you're going for a certain type of fish and they don't believe they're gonna be biting, I promise you they will make sure that you bring home fish. They'll find them,
and they're gonna stay out there till we find the fish too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We left at 5 a.m. Pulled off from the dock at 5 a.m. We didn't get back on the dock till 10 o'clock that night. So
yeah.
That was a long day, but I love it. I'd still be out there right now if we could be. But
my wife loved the second half of it.
Yeah, she didn't do too well to start with. She didn't even make it off the breakers hardly. She was throwing up. Damn.
My wife Kayla, Sterling's wife was supposed to go too, and when we had changed the dates, it messed up with her work schedule and stuff. So Anyway, so my wife went, and I don't know what happened. She got out there. We wasn't a couple miles out.
Oh, yeah, we weren't far.
If that far. All of a sudden, I could look at her and tell something wasn't right. I was like, what's going on here? Well, and she's normally the last one to get motion sick, too. I'm always the first one. So, she ended up down there in the hole down there for.
Yeah, she was down in the air conditioning for a while.
Yeah,
till about 3 o'clock that afternoon.
She went in there. Well, shoot, it was probably
6:30. Yeah, it was early.
And I think she said she just stood in there for a long time. And anyway, she finally laid down, went to sleep. She never came back out of there till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. At least she was able to come back and enjoy it.
She came out and she was good to go. She was ready to get the day started.
And I tell you what, as soon as she came out, we had gone on out into deeper water. We found a good grouper spot, 720 foot of water, 730 foot of water, and fishing on the bottom out there. And we caught us a nice grouper, a real nice snowy.
Yeah. She walks out of the room, walks over to the reel, pulls up a grouper.
Yeah. Right. she did real good. So that was cool. And we were able to catch, and my cousin Alan, he's been trying for years and years to catch a golden tile, which any of you don't know what a golden tile fish is, look them up. But when we got that fish in the boat, I say it was probably a 42, 45 pound fish.
Yeah.
When he came out the water. So that was a real pretty fish for sure. A lot of fun. But I'm telling you, it was an experience. It was really cool. The water looked like you were in a Caribbean somewhere out there. It was really clear.
72 miles out.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We had 12, 14 foot sharks swimming around the boat while we were bottom fishing. So,
yeah, I want to take one of my fish.
yeah, sure did. They got them, but it was cool. I wish we could have kept more, but the bag limit on those grouper and tile fish are limited to one. So, but anyway, we did have fun. We were catching and releasing and having a blast. So, that's what it was all about. But I am definitely looking forward to going back. I will most definitely be going. So again, if any of you around here want to go out, let us know, or look up First Strike Charters. Talk with Ron. He'll get you hooked up and get you scheduled to go out.
Yeah, it was tons of fun, I tell you. And then we finally got back home, and I thought me and Sterling were both going to fall asleep the whole way home. That was a tough one. That was a long hour.
Okay, well, let me back up. Ride. We got us a hotel room at the beach for all of us, all 6 of us that went. So we didn't have to get up quite so early to be there. So we get down there finally, and we go get something to eat. And where do we go? Hooters. Why wouldn't we? Smoke wings. So we get there, and they only let they only let like 20% capacity in the freaking.
I'm pretty sure there was like 8 people in there.
That was ridiculous. We had to wait 30, 45 minutes. There was literally 5, 6 people in there, nobody in there, but it didn't make no sense. They would fill the restaurant up 20% capacity, but you could fill up the bar.
Yeah, the bar full was on.
I didn't understand, but anyway,
I don't know why we just didn't sit at the bar. No.
Yeah, we should have. But so anyway, so we get in there and we order, and obviously these are new waitresses. Now I ain't knocking nobody that's learning or whatever. I get it, whatever. But Jesus.
Well, it was so funny because 3 of us ordered the exact same thing. We ordered smoked wings. All 3 of us got something different. I got smoked wings.
Yeah, you got
what you got.
I don't know what I got. I really don't. They were
at least they did taste like Texas barbecue.
I don't know what it was.
Scott, I don't know what Scott got. Those were horrible. But he was like, "I'm eating them. It's too late."
It was. But we waited forever in there, and finally ate. Finally got out of there. They were closing up the place when we left, so we got back. Still didn't get much sleep. We were tired. Had to get up at what we left. We got up at 4.
We left the hotel room at 4:45.
Well, yeah, so we were leaving early. But anyway, didn't get much sleep, but it was an experience. But we'll try to be more prepared next time. Get us a little bit of sleep. I'll go sleep in the marina parking lot. I don't care. But no, it was a blast. But definitely could have had a little more sleep.
No, I promise you could have had some more sleep. But anyway, we continued on with, not much sleep. There the 4th.
Jesus.
We had to get up, and my parents run a campground down at Santee Lake down there, and they had my kids. Well, we were going down there anyway, so it was like, all right, well, I gotta get there early because my mom was wide open with people at the campground. Good old fun rednecks there on 4th of July, and so we got down there. I got up first thing that morning. I think I got in bed at 1:00. It's Friday night, and I was back up by 8, a little bit before 8. Got ready, took off down to the lake, messed around there for a little while myself, and then we had to we had to play some music that night.
Yes, we did. And we didn't start till daggum 10 o'clock.
Well, we started other music at like 8.
Well, yeah, but
wasn't nobody up there.
I was ready to go to bed by that point, by all means.
I was ready to go to bed by 8.
I promise you I was. But yeah, it was fun. We got to play a little guitars and entertain some people for a little while. There wasn't many people over there, though. Everybody want to go watch fireworks, which,
they was a little later. And,
yeah.
They didn't get too rowdy out there, so it was all right. And finally Sunday, I was able to sleep a little bit later. Did you sleep in the camper down there?
Not really. Nah. Youngest was up running around. I don't know if anybody knows, but if a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old is running inside of a camper at 6:30, you can hear every daggum thing they're doing. So, no, I didn't sleep much. I think I got to bed about 2 o'clock. And I was up by 6:30, so yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful. Wonderful sleep. I don't need sleep, obviously. I don't ever get it.
It's overrated.
My 2-year-old here at home was, for whatever reason, she gets up at 2 o'clock every morning and wants to color or watch Blaze or whatever. So I don't know. I don't even know what sleep is. It don't even matter.
You don't need it. You don't need it. It's overrated.
Nah, you don't need some sleep.
It's overrated. I'm telling you. Oh, Sunday we stayed quiet around there though. So
yeah, well, I got up and got my junk and ate breakfast and got out. I had to come home and work all afternoon. So anyway,
you're supposed to cut grass during the week.
I'm gonna schedule me a vacation to do nothing. What I'm gonna do.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Last time we did that, we had to go out of the country.
Yeah,
I still didn't get to do nothing, but
exactly.
But it was fun.
But anyway, so yeah, there was some racing this past week. There's a whole lot going on with around the 4th of July and all, and we're going to pretty much basically consist this whole episode on some super late model action, World of Outlaws, and the Lucas Oil guys. They were pretty packed wide open with stuff. So let's see here. Cedar Lake Speedway starting out July 2nd with the World of Outlaw boys. Once again, man, Ricky Weiss running good. Won the race and gets thrown out. Droop rule. Every daggum. I don't understand.
Team zero there.
I don't get it.
Well, just like we said, obviously they need a lot of left rear lift.
Yeah,
make them cars turn.
Yeah, they got to do something different with the chassis or something. Get that. They can't keep failing that over and over and over and over and over. That's crazy, but look like old K Dillard won by default for Ricky failing the post race inspection deal there, but so he lucked out. He was happy with that for sure. But I'm telling you, man, I don't get it. I hope they can get that worked out.
It's something about those cars because and I just wonder. I mean, obviously he won the race, so they're gonna say something about it, you know. But I just wonder if are other people failing this and they're just not talking about it.
Well, the Volusia race we went, they did an inspection on the winner, and then they had a draw for an inspection, wasn't it? Like they picked just some random car in the field for an inspection. So I don't know if it's the top 2 or 3 and then a random, or just the winner and a random.
Well, I know when we were there, because we were standing over at the Tech trailer, the series trailer, and they brought the top 3 over there, and I know they checked all top 3 of those because I was talking to Ricky while they checked his car.
Yeah, so that must be what it is. It must be top 3 and a random. But I mean, like you say, I honestly have not heard of another team car.
You don't hear about it. You don't hear about it.
All you really hear is Team Zero cars.
That's all you hear. And I don't know if they're just trying to pick on them or something. Which is, Jesus, it's
just crazy, man.
It seems like every week one of them's failing for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully they can get that under control and get back up there, because Ricky continued to run good all weekend.
Yeah, I mean he ran good all week. I mean he still I think it's a position per quarter inch. I think so. They dropped him back to 4th in the race.
So he was an inch off.
Yeah.
I think, because when we were down there in Volusia, Scott was like 3/4 of an inch off. And about every time, it's either 3/4 or 1 inch, about every daggone time. But wasn't it that race that he got thrown out? Wasn't that it when the boy run up under him?
Yeah, well, this one was.
Right.
You could see this one.
I mean, he pushed the whole left rear up on the car.
And they claim that, they give tolerances for damage and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard when a car runs up under your left rear, and the sheet metal is going to bend upward.
Yeah.
When a wedge goes up under it, sheet metal is going to bend upward. And if it's only up, an inch, that seems like possible damage to me. I mean,
absolutely. And we've said this before. We watched them while we were down in Volusia, how they check the droop rule. They don't check it on a flat surface. They don't check it on the scales. No. They just check it on the dirt out there. And I mean, who's to say that car ain't sitting in a hole or whatever?
Well, I actually talked to Billy Moore Jr. on Twitter about it before when they made the rule. He flat out said he was waiting for them to start bringing a trailer to track to check everybody on the same surface.
No, they need to,
and they do.
I mean, so I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. That whole droop rule kind of seems kind of.
There's too much
picking and choosing.
It's too open to interpretation, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure is.
Because you can move, when you just have a tape measure, that's all they have.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I watched it. They got a tape measure.
Yep.
And they jacked the car up. You got one official with a jack and one official with a plate under the tire. And all he does is sit there and try to slide that plate back and forth until it finally moves. And he tells the guy with the jack, stop, and ease it back down just a little bit.
Yep.
And it's just, I don't know. It's not consistent enough, in my opinion.
Nah, doesn't seem to be. But so anyway, he dropped back to 4th. He finished 4th the first night at Cedar Lake. Again, K. Dillard won, so that's cool for him. But anyway, on to the night number 2, July 3rd, Friday night. Ashton Winger won, that being his first World of Outlaw race. He is a rookie. I think he's about 20 years old, right?
Yeah, 20 years old, and fought off Brandon Shepherd to win. I mean, it wasn't like anybody else just got tore up or anything. He fought off Brandon Shepherd to win it.
That's impressive.
Brandon Shepherd to me is probably
about the best.
Top dog in super late model, dirt super late models right now.
Yeah, definitely right now for sure.
And you can fight him off any day. You've had a good day.
Good, absolutely. So Brandon Shepherd finished 2nd. Ricky Weiss finished 3rd. Dennis Erb 4th, and Darrell Lanigan 5th. I like old Darrell Lanigan. I tell you what, he has been running a lot more consistent and more up front, a lot of top 5s ever since he got in his own stuff. than he was with Clint Boyer.
Well, and supposedly that was all Club 29 stuff too, which Club 29 is prepared by Darrell Lenigan's shop, and I don't know. Once he got his cars and was able to do exactly what he wanted to, because there was crew chiefs and stuff over there that, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and I understand that, but I mean, the man knows what he's doing. He's always known what he's doing. Obviously, and I like Clint Boyer racing. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it so much they go into Rockets now, but that's just me personally. And they're down to one car now. But they just have not performed where I think they should perform.
No, especially with, Josh Richards in the car. He done fantastic in the best performance car, and he just mediocre now.
That's it.
There's been a lot of races he made the mains in.
No consistency there at all.
And that's how it was with Darrell Lenigan. That's how it was with Don O'Neill. Don O'Neill in the cars. Same difference. I don't know what's going on. They've changed chassis. Same thing. So, but anyway, I'm glad to see Dale running well, because he I think he got kind of discouraged when he was running with Clint.
I really didn't think he'd come back and run any. We all know it. Darrell's an older guy out in the series, and I figured he might hit a race here and there, but he's kind of stuck on
the World
Outlaw series and is doing good. So I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the big night, July 4th night, $20,000 to win race, Cedar Lake, which finished off the World of Outlaw weekend there. Brandon Sheppard just waited on to the big money and was there at the end, so he took home the big prize for sure there.
Well, the cream always rises to the top.
You know it, bro. Okay, Dillard finished second. Ricky Weiss finished third again. Dennis Erb fourth, and Jimmy Mars ran after top five. So, like I say, Ricky was up front. He's running top three, top four, whatever, all weekend. I don't know.
If it wasn't for Brandon Sheppard, I would say Ricky's going to do to them in the World Outlaws just as Davenport has done to everybody in Lucas Oil for the past 2 years.
Yeah. Top five.
And top five of them to death. Yep. But his problem is Brandon Sheppard's doing the same thing. Brandon Sheppard's first or second every week.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be... Hopefully, I'd like to see Ricky fight for Brandon or fight with Brandon for the championship, but I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat Brandon in the World of Outlaw Tour for sure. But speaking of the Team Zero cars, some news last week. We've been talking about, we've kind of followed Team Zero a little more than anybody else, but with Scott and Ricky and Chris Madden, and Chris decided to leave the team. He decided to...
It's odd timing. Very odd timing to me.
Yeah, it is. Because he was running good.
He was fourth in points.
He was fourth in points. I know he was not that consistent, but, I don't know I don't know. I don't know if...
Well, they put out a statement that said it was just... They never said there was any hard feelings with anybody. They put out a statement basically saying that due to all the coronavirus and all this stuff, it was just too much on them to run two teams right now.
Well, and I can get that. And he said he wanted to be around for his kids playing baseball and whatnot. But, I don't know. But I kind of honestly, I almost would have seen Scott stepping out and focusing on Chris more.
That's what I thought was kind of going to happen.
That's what I thought. I thought that's what we were setting him up for. Because Scott ain't one to have a teammate of that stature, really.
No.
And for him to bring Chris on like he did late in the year, and they jumped on everything there, I just really thought that he was going to be there. But anyway, he is going to Millwood Motorsports. He drove for them before, from what I can remember, a while. But going to a Rocket XR1.
Yeah, it seemed like, I ain't trying to stir no pot or nothing. But when he did the announcement the other day, it was kind of a short, simple, sweet thing, and then at the bottom of it, just hashtag Rocket Chassis.
Yeah.
And it's just
that was kind of a stab for sure there, I think.
Kind of a slap in the face or a stab. And
I mean, even Kyle Bronson, which I don't care for him.
No.
Kyle Bronson got a Bloomquist chassis. I mean, naturally, he was not his teammate necessarily, but I mean, he was, I guess. But whatever.
Well, but they kind of all run them. Everybody that runs a race car kind of they park together and team up together. That's what they do. And I mean, that's the best thing you can do.
Best thing you can do. But anyway, they left on bad terms, and I don't know if Chris is. I don't know if they're kind of hiding any of that, but it just seems kind of weird that a week after he leaves,
especially when you had a 2-year contract,
right? And you got that great sponsor with Dryden.
Well, Dryden is following
which they're staying with him, which kind of surprises me a little bit, but because they're on Ricky's card or on Scott's. I mean, but anyway, we'll see what happens there. But he's going to run the Schaefer's Oil Southern National Series. He's going to try to compete for the title. It's a little short 12-race series going from July the 10th to July the 25th, with the first race being at Smoky Mountain Speedway. He's run that series a lot. I think he's got the record for 5 times. He's won the whole series. So, and I guess that's close to home.
16 wins in there or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
And all that's going to be close to home for him too. So I don't know if he's trying to run the smaller stuff like that to be closer, but I do know that running the World of Outlaws or whatever, they're spread out a lot. So, it'd be hard for him to get back home quick.
Yeah, so that's smaller series and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's still kind of weird to me, but if that's what he wants to do, more power to him, and hope it runs good. I mean, still our South Carolina boy, I guess. I hate to see all that happen because I still really think that Scott benefited a lot with Chris running with him, just to have veteran knowledge feedback.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, really, is this whole year it seems like they have been working bugs out of every single race car all year.
Yeah.
There's electrical issues. There's ignition issues. There's rear end issues.
We were Evolution, the daggone brake pedal broke.
I mean, it's just something every week, and I don't know. It seemed like if they get all that crap worked out, they'd be fine. But anyway, I don't know.
Also, a smaller series. Guess we had on here a few weeks ago. Fergie time. Chris Ferguson won another Ultimate Super Late Model race at Cherokee this past weekend.
They need to rename that track, I believe.
Just Fergie Speedway.
Fergie Speedway. He got that track figured out, man. That's awesome. Yeah. But there's some stiff competition in the Ultimates.
Yeah.
There really is.
No slouches.
No
slouches at all. And he's just, I'm not even going to say Chris will go. Yes, Chris is good. Do not get me wrong. I mean, Ferguson we're talking about now. He's good. But I'm not just going to say he's going to go to any other track and run like that. He has got Cherokee down pat, though.
Yeah, he definitely does. That's a nice racetrack, too. Not too far from us. About 2.5 hours from us. So try to get up there and check him out some when he's coming up there to run. But yeah,
I'm hoping maybe if he ain't run nothing else, I think Ultimate's going to run here at Lakeview. I think it's Labor Day weekend they're going to run there.
Yeah, I can't remember. They done reschedule so many times or whatever. But
no.
But yeah, we'll have to definitely check that out.
Over there.
Yeah, if he's going to be running, we'll have to definitely scoot over there.
Yeah.
Probably won't be going to Darlington, so we need to go over there.
Yeah, you can't go to nowhere anymore. If they don't lock everything back down around here, dude's insane. Saw a study out today from, I think it was from Harvard. It listed counties by state which needed stay-at-home orders, and Florence County was in it. So,
oh yeah,
yeah,
that's wonderful.
I reckon. I hope nobody listens to it.
I hope not. I sure hope not.
Anyway, on to a little more. Lucas Oil was running too.
Yeah, they sure was, man. They was at Muskingum, if I'm saying that right, County Speedway for the first night, July 3rd. Tyler Erb won it. Devin Moran finished second. Jonathan Davenport third. Tyler Carpenter fourth. And Hudson O'Neal fifth. I'm glad to see Hudson getting back in there.
I am too.
Running up front. That is good. He been casing devil too with broke legs and Lord knows what else.
Dude, I'm telling you, that boy
he breaks everything.
He gets hurt. I've run with him on Irish a few times. Talked to him a few times. He's a really cool kid. Say kid. He's early 20s now. He's a cool guy. But that right there goes back to what we were just talking about with best performance.
Right
there.
I mean, yeah.
Tyler
took Josh Richards' car, and you're right. He runs up front with it,
and that's what's crazy. It's supposed to be the same car still.
I know it. It's crazy to me. I don't get it. I really don't.
I don't know. It's weird.
It sure is. But so anyway, to July 4th, they moved. Lucas Oil moved to Portsmouth. And the same guy we've been talking about all year. This 50-lap race. Mr. Jimmy Owens led every lap of that joker to take home the win. Jonathan Davenport finished second. Billy Moyer finished third. Kyle Bronson fourth. And Tim McCready ran out of the top five. It seems like to start with, Tim McCready was the man to beat for Speed Weeks, the start of Speed Weeks anyway. And then Jimmy Owens took over and never looked back. So
yeah, McCready was running good there to begin with. He won some races down at Golden Isle. Did he win?
He won at East Bay, I
East
think.
Bay too.
I
think so. And then when they went back to Golden Isle again, McCready won another night there. Jimmy Owens won too, but McCready won another night. But ever since it's warmed up, seems like McCready's fell off a little bit.
Yeah, he's like been chasing the track a little bit, so don't know what's going on there, but
I know what's going on.
Jimmy,
I know what's going on.
I know whoever is over there,
I know what's going on. Jimmy Owens is winning. That is what's going on, because dude,
I sure hope he's paying Cody well, because that's got, what else is it?
I mean, he might have found something, but I'm gonna tell you what, Cody Mallory has come over there. It's like he's got a vengeance against somebody. I don't know who it is.
I mean, it's insane.
Taking nothing away from Jimmy Owens by no means.
No, but I mean,
awesome driver.
He's been hit or miss here in the past few years, but man, they is unstoppable right now. So, and their points lead is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I can't remember what it was, like 400 something point. It was ridiculous.
More now.
Yeah. So, they pretty much just got to start the rest of the season. They got it locked up. I mean,
they literally average top 10s the rest of the season, pretty much.
Yeah, lock it up. Yeah.
Which is, I think he's going to win most of the races the rest of the season, because it didn't matter if it's cool outside, because we were down at Volusia. And when he come down there and run with him, it was cooler outside. Still had so much forward bite off the corners. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's gotten warmer. Exact same way.
Yep.
That car has the same look every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like the more slicked off the track gets, the faster he is.
He sure is. Or either he don't fall off.
Yeah, I was going to say, or he don't fall off like everybody else.
Whatever it is. But yeah, it's interesting. But I'm happy for them guys right now. They better enjoy it while they can, because it ain't gonna be long. Old Davenport's gonna be back up there.
I'm gonna tell you, Davenport looks like he's struggling a little bit this year. I
mean, he has been.
Well, struggling in a sense of, he's not winning and not finishing, top 2 every week and stuff like that. I mean, now that's saying something good about you when somebody says you're struggling and you're finishing third.
Right. Yeah.
He's not picking up the wins and stuff
he
like
has not.
He has in the past.
He sure has not performed like he has in the past. So I just think it's other people stepping up, and
that's exactly
they've fallen off a little bit. So they'll find it. They'll get back up there, and he's a pretty good old fella too. So I'd like to see him do well as well.
I do too. But one thing helping old Jimmy Owens?
What is that?
Purple Springs.
I'm telling you.
Draco Springs.
And Draco Springs is helping a lot.
He's setting that thing on the right rear, and it looks like that spring is just unloading out of them corners.
Oh, yes, sir. Can't beat it. Can't find a better spring. That's for sure.
And for all your spring needs, check out SRI Performance. They will hook you up on all your Draco springs. They got a before you even get to track right now, I want to tell y'all about a rebate they got going on. SCT programmers for your truck, for the hauler. You know, you got to get to the track.
Yes, sir.
You got to, more faster you can get there. Some days you need to get there fast.
Well, sometimes you want to save some fuel too, so there are different ways to do it.
You know, them days you're running behind when all week just wasn't long enough, and you got to work up to the last minute on the car, and you get there fast. Put that thing on performance mode, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Get to track fast. If you early, set that thing on economy.
Yes, sir. Many different options there. You got some nice programmers. They got a heck of a rebate going on right now, so definitely go check that out.
You buy a device, you get a Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's gift card with it.
Hey, bud, and you can go fishing. What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Always go fishing.
Yes,
and
sir. You ain't racing,
then take your hauler rig and pull your boat to the river or the lake or wherever you're going. So, also this month on special, Trick Shot penetrating lubricant. Good.
Yes.
Good slick 'em.
It is. Like we said before, anything, them old rusted up bolts, you got bolts that's been down in the mud and this, that, and other racetracks. Spray some of that on, let it sit for a minute or two. Come right off. Works great.
Nothing to it. It's it's eco-friendly. 100% biodegradable. I'm sorry. Non-flammable, non-toxic. Your dog over there.
You gotta worry about catching your buddy on fire.
Yeah, don't catch your buddy on fire. It's always good. Tell you something else I noticed the other day. Well, we're always on social media checking out what's going on in the world of racing. One of SRI's drivers, Bubba Pollard, he is on a tear right now. Man has won $35,000 in 3 races.
He got it going on, Bo. I'm telling you.
And you know why he's winning that? All those parts he gets from SRI Performance. PFC brakes. I mean, dude, whatever you can name it to make that car go fast. All your carbon fiber needs, all your anything.
I mean, honestly, Bubba Pollard is pretty much the top asphalt late model driver around
of this decade.
He is unreal, and supers and late model stocks, whatever he runs, he's up front. And like he said, you see where he gets his parts from. I mean, again, it's a given. You look any of y'all go on and like SRI Performance's Facebook page. They're putting on every day. They got go-kart drivers. They got four-wheeler drivers. They got Kyle Larson, sprint car. No matter the difference. In victory lane, winning.
That's it.
Where they get their parts from.
Winners use SRI.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It don't matter what.
Anything you'll need. Also, stock car steel and aluminum. Any of your metal needs, plastic needs even, carbon fiber needs. Call them. They'll hook you up with any tubing, any sheets of
anything,
aluminum, whatever you need.
Any type of material, they got it. Check them out. Definitely check them out. You don't have to go nowhere else. Honestly, SRI, you get everything you need for at home, for your PPE needs, for your safety suit needs, build your race car, clean your race car, protect your race car, whatever.
I'm just going to call up there and ask if they can add a couple grocery aisles, though, so I can quit going to Walmart. We'll just go to SRI.
That would be wonderful. Get everything, bro. Look at race car parts while we getting bread.
I know there's probably a snack machine somewhere in there. We're gonna need a little bit more than that.
We gotta do better than that.
Well, you got an ice cream aisle over there. But anyway,
exactly.
On a serious note, yeah, you guys get up there. All your race car needs. They're your one-stop shop for all things racing. Y'all check them out. Give them a like on all the social medias. Follow them. They put up some cool stuff every day. Most every day, even the birdie yo-yos. They come by with a van over there that looks freaking awesome. I mean, just pictures all they got. Pictures of the guys at work. Guys that work there run over there to what's the track name?
Millbridge.
Runs go-karts over there. So it's not just people in there selling parts like Advanced Auto. I mean, not Advanced Auto Parts. I'm sorry. Your local auto parts store that some kids back there punching on a keyboard. You know, when you ask for a light bulb, they're asking you 2 or 4 wheel drive. Yeah. Stupid stuff like that. These are racers that work there. They know the stuff. So, you know, one thing is performance. Next thing is people. And when you got good people working in good places, good things happen. So y'all get over to SRI Performance. Check them out. Check out Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. And like we said first, get all your Draco Springs from SRI Performance there. Anyway, back to a little racing.
Well, we were out of town, and I hate it. I really do. I loved to have been in Florence Saturday night for the big race at Florence. Charlie, he had a little last little hoorah before he got rid of the track or handed it over. But they had a big fireworks show over there and had a pile of race cars from what I could see.
Yeah, they had a pile of race cars. I don't have the results from it. I didn't catch them all because, like I said, we were out of town. Wanted to get over there to Florence Motor Speedway. And Mr. Charlie Powell, I personally, I don't deal with him on a personal level all the time. I have before. I've talked to him a few times. And now I will say, some calls he's made at track before I haven't always agreed with. But there's one thing you could always say about Mr. Charlie. He was going to give everybody a place to race.
Yeah, he tried his hardest for that. And he tried to make it affordable for everybody to race, for everybody to come watch. He always kept good food up in the concession stand for us. That was always packed up in there, and kept everybody acting straight. So that was he always had put on a show. There for the last little while, he had a little trouble getting crowds over there, and I'm hoping that with these new promoters or operators, whatever, I hope they're going to get some decent size races over there, paying some pretty good sized purses to try to get some of these guys come over there. And you know, we've always said, in order to get people in the seats, you got to pay the money. You got to get them over there. That's right.
Speedway Plus Production LLC has agreed to buy the track, and it's owned by Steve Zacharias, who was promoter down there at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And when Myrtle Beach Speedway decided this is their last season, people, we hoped against it, but they're saying I think August next month might be the last race. They might already run the last race. We don't even know yet because they pretty much shut down all these places. And so Steve has come over from there. Him, Brian Voss, and Savannah Brotherton, and they formed Speedway Plus Production. And they said they're going, after what improvements need to be made to track, they say they're going to do them. They're going to try to bring some big races here to Florence Motor Speedway. And back in the day, Florence kind of held a lot of big races. Back, I'd say early 90s or so. That was kind of the big place to be because I remember being over there on Labor Day weekend. This is back when a lot of times, I can't remember, but I think Cup was still running Monday races over at Darlington, and a lot of the Cup drivers would come down to Florence Motor Speedway, I-95 Speedway then, and they'd run over. They'd get in somebody's car and they'd run over there on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, I hope I know it's really hard now, especially with all this crap going on in the world. But it's going to be difficult to try and get these big series to commit to coming down here and running. But I'm hoping he can show, or hope they can show all the drivers and teams that in series around that he can put on a good show and bring a lot of money in there. But that's what it's got to take. You know, like Bubba Paul, like we said, you know, he don't come run for no $1,200.
No,
he's
looking for $15,000-$20,000 to win races.
Right.
So, I don't blame him. I mean, if you want to make a career out of it, that's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. So, you know, I'd love to see a good 300 lap race over there. And I think they're gonna run that big race in November that they used to run at Myrtle Beach.
I hope so.
I think they're gonna move it down here and run it. And that, you know, I think it's late model stocks they run that big race. But that puts on a good show, and they have a lot of big names, and Josh Berry and all them boys will be there. So, you know, maybe it'll take that. I hope to try to get some people steered to come over here, because it's actually perfect, really, for all these teams and drivers and fans around, because, you know, it's really easy. Your 20s right here, 95s right here, so you know you don't have to get off 95 and travel another hour and a half to the beach.
No, there's hotels close by.
You know, we got everything right here. They can be back in Mooresville or wherever they're going quick.
Yep.
So hopefully it'll turn out to be good. I think that's what it's going to take, is some big names to take chances and put up some money and get them to come.
That's exactly what's going to take. I'd love to see like they got the Cars Tour comes to Myrtle Beach. I'd love to see the Cars Tour come over here to. Well, it's Florence Motor Speedway. If we mess up and call it Timmonsville, because that's what we've always called it, because it's actually in a little town called Timmonsville in Florence County. And it's Florence Motor Speedway, but we us locals around here, we always say over at Timmonsville. So I'd love to see Cars Tour or maybe Past Race come over there. Somebody, I'd love to see some little tour come through there.
Absolutely,
some
big
good late
modified
models.
tour.
Well, I mean, but that's like they had the midgets over there. They had Legends over there this past week. They had a lot of stuff going on. A big old slate of races over there.
Absolutely, but speaking of bringing money into races, and you know, it don't have to be a big late model race. It don't have to be a, you know, the big show of the night, whatever. But Lakeview is putting up some money for some sport compacts, man.
Big money, and hey, that gets people to the track regardless, because Lakeview is putting up $5,000 to win a SCDRA Sport Compact race. If y'all don't know what these are, a lot of places call them little Stingers or Hornets or something like that. Yeah, little four-cylinder front-wheel drive cars is all it is.
Little $1,500 cars, probably at most.
It is junkyard cars, junkyard front-wheel drive 4-cylinder cars, pulled out, thrown together, put a roll cage in it, and go race.
And
they have been averaging, just on a regular Saturday night, 25, 30 cars over there.
Yeah.
So, and I saw on Checkered today, actually. I was looking through Checkered, and I saw some boys coming from out of town saying it was their first trip coming down to Lakeview, going to run it.
That's awesome, man. That's what it's going to take, stuff like that. But they put on a heck of a show now, because them fools ain't got no sense. They don't.
They don't have a care in the world.
We watched.
They is going into turn 1, 7 wide if they need to.
And they toting the left rear tire going in the corner.
Yes, sir.
And we saw them over there, a little practice session months ago, practicing running 3 wide going into 1 and flipping off the
one rolled it right down the bank and
rolled it off the bank and off 1 and 2. So it'll be a heck of a show. Them boys trying to win $5,000 that they will put on a show around there.
I got a feeling there might be some I ain't trying to speak none of existence, and I am not condoning this, but there might be a fist thrown or two over there for that kind of money in that class.
Security for that race, because when you run it for $5,000 and you got a $1,200 race car, Yeah, I don't think they care about their equipment too much.
No, we can buy another one. Still make money off this.
Promise you. So.
They got a full slate of racing over there. I saw there's gonna be a good bit of classes. I don't have them right here in front of me, but there's gonna be a good bit of classes. I know street stock. Well, they were introducing a new it's a new street stock class, stock V8 class. And when I say stock V8, it is pretty much bone stock off street V8 class. So it's a real street stock race.
They make it more affordable because those street stocks are getting pretty expensive.
Well, I mean, when you start doing these crate motors and everything else,
yeah,
there's so much stuff runs these crate motors now that it's driving up the price of crate motors a little bit. But that's like our buddy Mike Butler. He the last race over there, he still finished third somehow. I don't know how.
And tore the rear end.
Rear end looked like a boomerang.
Yeah,
I don't know how it was still rolling at all. I do not know. And he ordered him top of the line rear end out of Pennsylvania this past week and got it in. They putting it all in, putting some crazy expensive lightweight axles in it. It's stupid nice. I think it's going. I'm gonna tell you, if you can finish third with a rear end that looked like that did, if that can make it a whole race, he's gonna put it in victory lane there.
Oh, I promise you, he's been flirting with. I think he's leading the points over there. I think
he's leading the points because
he's finished top 3. I think about every race.
He finished second, finished third. Yeah, I mean,
so
let's go.
But yeah, so we got a few little things local going on around here. So people around us, go check it out. Wherever y'all guys, whoever else, wherever you at, go check your local stuff out.
Weekend too. Dylan's running another 75 lap mass street stock race this weekend. Challenger car is going to be over there. I hadn't talked to our buddy John Lane, see if he's going to be there, but it's a points race for him, so he liable to be there.
Yep.
And I don't know. Wish we could end up somewhere, but we got a wedding.
Yeah, we got a little wedding action. We hadn't done one since January or February or whatever it was. So we got to get back in swing of that. Got a few little some coming up here. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I'm sure people's going to be wanting to wear masks and whatever else around. I don't know. It's going to be.
Can we get some tuxedo mask or something?
We could, but we could definitely
look like we're formal, but we're here to party too.
Exactly. Yeah, but anyway, so I think that's about it for this week.
That sounds like it. So y'all go check out. I just mentioned them a little bit. Go check out Checkered social media app. Purely Racing. A lot of drivers getting on there, checking it out, and it's a lot of fun. He's adding some new categories. Added like 3 or 4 new categories a day. I try to post up there. If I don't post nothing but a little funny meme or something, I try to post up there as much as I can. We post all our episodes and stuff on there too. So check them out. You know, it is a paid app, but that money goes to a good place. Goes back to your favorite racetrack eventually. So check them out. Forward Bite Apparel. Check them out. Cool stuff. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you something about Forward Bite. Well, this goes with Forward Bite and Checkered. It's really cool. There's this little girl. I say little girl. She's 7 or 8 years old, I think. Want to say she's in the Northeast. I can't remember. Pennsylvania, New York, one of them areas. Driving a go-kart. Name is Addison, but they call it Bad Addison Racing. Wait. And she's on Checkered, and she wears Forward Bite apparel. And I'm going to tell you what, if she keeps on, you thought Danica Patrick was a marketing genius. No. This girl has figured it out at a young age. And she throws up sponsors on there every day. They post on social media constantly. They figured it out. So go check that out. And like we said, as always, check out SRI Performance. Check out, get you Draco Springs over there. And while you're there, also check out Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Get all your racing goodies.
Absolutely, man.
All them places. So we appreciate them. We appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back next week. As always, we've gone 22 weeks so far, so we're doing pretty good.
We're getting there.
Making it. So anyway, y'all have a good one.
Later.